genuine, honest people who are no interested in stature or ego, just say I was wrong. We make mistakes, fine, I was wrong. We move on. So these egotistical type things when you're wrong and stuff, it's no problem to people like me. Not a problem at all. Because I don't fear ridicule, I don't fear being wrong. So we've got a frame of reference, right? We'll just say it's a box, right? Now, they agree that the force is detected upwards. They, however, keep professing that it has to be increasing its velocity, that is, that it's getting faster and faster and faster. So if we say it started at 0, and within an hour it was going 30,000, right, we'll just put that in there, 30,000 miles per hour. Right? I know it's this fucking controller, never mind. Anyhow, so say you're a little observer and you're standing on the surface of this nonsense, constant increase in velocity reference frame, right? So say we get to like kind of this point here, right, and it's constantly increasing velocity. And you now have a power source that you can power yourself to remove yourself from the surface and go upwards within the reference frame, right, at 1 miles per hour. Right? So you're now trying to get off the surface at 1 mile per hour. Right? Now, in actual reality, if you leave the surface and you're going upwards at 1 mile per hour, right? A little fucking man here. It's so difficult with this mouse, honestly. Right? You're on this and you're going upwards at 1 mile per hour, right? Up the way. The distance between you and the Earth, this is reality now we're talking about here, that you can go and do right now yourself. The distance between you and the Earth is going to increase. So the more you do 1 mile an hour up the way, the more the distance between you and the Earth is going to increase. Okay? If you keep doing a mile an hour, that gap's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. Right? That's reality. Now, if you were in a reference frame that's velocity was constantly increasing, and you tried to leave the surface at 1 mile per hour, you would never achieve any sort of distance. Because the Earth's gaining velocity behind you. The only way for you to achieve this is by magic. That somehow you would be adding on to your 1 mile per hour relative to the reference frame, increasing its velocity. You would have to be adding your 1 mile an hour plus the increase in velocity of the reference frame you were within. Done. End of story. Deflated, destroyed, obliterated. The fact is, in reality, you can leave the Earth's surface at 1 mile per hour and increase the distance between you and the Earth. Game over. End of story. Don't want to hear about it anymore. This is reality. This is nonsense. Done. Simple. Bye-bye. Ken Langaloy, Rusted Soul, Jason, all the Daft Flair, Klingons, Flatzoid, Michael Cann, David Banner and the likes. These are retarded. Utterly hopeless retards. Jason, see if you went in a hot air balloon right now and it was rising at 1 mile per hour. Would you feel your own weight beneath your feet?
Yeah, what gave you your weight to begin with?
Jason, if it was moving at 1 mile per hour constant, would you feel your weight, the resistance?
You would feel the same weight you felt when you were on the ground.
Yes, and it's moving at what? A steady constant.
A steady constant that's added to the acceleration of the Earth.
That's
the only way you can have weight to begin with is acceleration.
Here's the point. Jason's got a surface that's moving at a constant velocity increase, right? And you're standing on it. At the point that you leave, you want to to get away from that. You're going to have to go the 1 miles per hour plus increase what the rate of the reference frame is doing in order to escape it. Matter doesn't just spontaneously know that it's to keep gaining velocity on top of the 1 miles per hour in order to escape the Earth.
All it knows is it has weight when it's on the ground. That weight is the acceleration caused by the acceleration. It doesn't know that it has to go faster than that acceleration. You just know that you have a force on the ground. You have to overcome that force. You have to overcome your weight to move up.
So weight, you're saying weight's directional now?
Do you have weight sideways? Weight is caused by the acceleration upward.
No. Does weight know which direction it's to go in?
Weight is just a resistance to the motion, wherever the change in motion is.
Exactly.
Okay, the change in motion is upward from the ground.
I'm totally lost at what point you're trying to make here.
The scenario of a drone rising at a constant 1 mile per hour inside an accelerating rocket ship is remarkably similar to a drone rising at 1 mile per hour on the Earth's surface in terms of the control dynamics and the physics principles applied. The experience for the drone's control system is virtually identical in both scenarios. In the rocket, the constant 9.8 meters per second squared acceleration creates an environment where an internal observer and the drone's sensors perceive a downward pull of exactly 9.8 meters per second square, just like Earth's gravity. Physics are the same. The same physical principles of lift, thrust, and balancing forces apply. The drone must generate an upward thrust equal to the downward force, effective or real, to maintain a constant relative velocity, hover or rise at a constant 1 mile per hour. The flight dynamics and the required thrust for a 1 mile per hour rise would be nearly identical in magnitude, assuming an atmosphere exists inside the rocket, and the ship's acceleration is precisely 9.8 meters per second squared. The drone would require constant thrust just to hover in the pseudo-gravity field of the rocket, just as it does on Earth.
You know, so these egotistical type things when you're wrong and stuff, it's no problem to people like me. Not a problem at all. Genuine, honest people who are no interested in stature or ego just say I was wrong. We make mistakes, fine, I was wrong. We move on.